Welcome back to another week on the vlog. I am here at Lifetime Fitness. It is Wednesday morning and I'm about to hit some squats and a pool day. Tired, for sure. It's been a busy start to the week. So Monday I had a bit of a recovery run. It was 4 miles. It was pretty good. I started to get some film and actually kind of a weird incident where a car almost hit me while I was on the side of the road. I actually made contact with the car in my arm. So potentially a story for another time, but yeah, everything kind of went south with that training session after the fact. I mean, not really. Like, I finished the run and it was successful. Everything was all good with it, but heart rate got up. It wasn't so much a recovery run as kind of like an angry dash to the end of the run because I was pissed that I almost got hit by a car. For those who are watching, don't worry, I'm all good, and I take necessary safety precautions when I run on the road. So, just a weird one-off incident, hopefully. But then Monday night, I got a lift in. Tuesday, I swam. And last night, Tuesday night, I actually did a spin session with Michaela here at Lifetime, and it went really well. I set my PRs in power for every duration, so pushed me pretty hard, and yeah, it was definitely a good session and well needed. So today I'm back here, and yeah, like I said, I'm hitting a lift. And then tonight, because it's supposed to be really nice out, after work, there's a trail behind where I work, and I'm gonna get out on my bike and hopefully have a little bit better of a road session than I did last week. But that'll be that for the day, and then doing a little bit of traveling this weekend. So it's kind of like one of those weeks where it starts out with 2-a-days and everything's really intense, and then it kind of slows down. Saturday I have a long bike ride on the trainer, and tomorrow I have a long run, so it's going to be less of the 2-a-days and more of the longer training sessions, which I don't know which I like more, but regardless, it's still got to get done. So I'm going to get into this lift, get myself to work. I'll catch you guys later.
What's up, guys? Just finished my bike for the day. I'm pumped right now. So, gonna talk to you guys really quick while I put my bike away. That was the ride that I needed. So, the last few weeks, as I think I've mentioned a couple times, I've been pretty discouraged on the bike. And that is a result of a couple things. So, I think the first thing is just the fact that I've been inside biking on a trainer for now about 3 months, which, you know, I think most people that get started in biking start at a time that's optimal for them to actually bike outside, not just train. Oops. And so, to give you guys a little bit of a background, because I only just started vlogging all of this, I really only started biking like mid-October. And, oh God. And I had no idea what I was doing. Still don't really, but that's beside the point. So I started biking in October and not really knowing what to do. I just got out and started riding. I didn't know how important it was to have your tires pumped up before every ride. Like little things like that if you bike, you know. My bike was kind of jacked up, I guess, when I first got it, which I had no idea. And that resulted in some very painful rides. Oh. But even after getting some work done on it, as November came around, like my rides were like 8 miles tops. Like that was the most that I thought I could do. And it wasn't until I went on a ride with my friend Gotti, shout out Gotti, that I realized a lot of things that helped me go from my longest ride being like 10 miles to riding, I think we did like 20 to 25 miles. And then like within 2 weeks of that awesome ride, it was like, here we are on the trainer every day, just on the trainer. And the trainer doesn't really give you an accurate distance because you're not going over hills. You're increasing and decreasing resistance, but it's all the scale of the workout that your coach gives you. And so there's no real way of knowing progress except for power threshold, which mine is moderately low because I'm a beginner. But it's frustrating because, not to get super overly into it, but I think the biggest metric in cycling is your like watt per kilogram. So somebody who's like 200 pounds like me should be pushing a higher wattage even if I'm a beginner. And so for months, that's all I had to look at. And last week or 2 weeks ago, I went out for that ride and it was terrible. I couldn't get myself going. I had no rhythm. It was awful. And it was really like the first time where I was like, I don't know if I can actually do this. Like, I might be able to run 13 miles. I'm gonna be able to swim 1.2 miles. But I don't know if I could do 56 miles. So the past 2 weeks has been like really questioning that. And I was like, you know what, give yourself grace. There was a couple of things that factored into that bad ride that I was like, I need to really like give myself a chance. And it turned out that I was right, because today I did 30 out, 30 back. My average speed is up 2.5, 3 miles per hour from that ride through a much longer duration. As opposed to 8 miles that I did in that week, I did just under 15 miles in an hour, hence 15 miles per hour. And I'm ecstatic. It was exactly what I needed. It was the confidence boost I needed. I I had about 20 minutes left, and I was pushing, like, don't get me wrong, like, I still only rode for an hour. I'm gonna have to ride for like 3 to 3.5 hours. But I was like 20 minutes left. I was like, I'm gonna be able to do this. I'm gonna get this done. Like, I'm going to accomplish this goal, and just rode that high for the last 20 minutes. So that was great. Would have loved to have like gotten film on the bike, but that's obviously incredibly hard to do. Apparently I have an attachment for this helmet that I can put a GoPro on. So that's something that I may consider doing pretty soon, because we do have a GoPro that we can use. And that would be nice, because I don't really know if you could tell from this angle, but let me flip things around here. I still don't know if you can tell. It's gorgeous out. It's golden hour. Daylight savings is here. We can ride after work. We can run after work. So I'm excited about that, as you could tell. So I'm gonna get myself back home. I'm gonna take the rest of the night to kind of relax and chill, but I'm pumped. These, like last week, crushing all my workouts, coming into this week, having like a pretty heavy start where like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're all 2-a-days into this ride. Tomorrow, I don't have anything in the morning, but I do have my long run tomorrow night. So that should be interesting. I'm supposed to do 7 miles, which the furthest I've done is like 5.5. So that's gonna be interesting. But I'm gonna get myself home. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Thanks for sticking around. This has been, we're making progress here. What is going on, guys? Thank you for sticking around for another week of the vlog. This week was a little bit shorter than normal. Didn't get a lot of footage. As I'm transitioning into these longer distance workouts, it's become more of a focus to, as I keep saying, just like lock in and do the workout. So I'm trying to get as much as I can, but at the same time, don't want to take away from my actual workouts. And when it comes to things like getting on the bike for an outdoor ride with limited time of sunlight, coming and going from work, and even honestly just trying to like maximize my evenings, which most nights, as I think a lot of people with a 9 to 5 can attest to, you get back from work, you have a workout, you eat dinner, and all of a sudden it's like 8:30, 9 o'clock. And you're getting your bag, you're getting your clothes ready for the next day. And the more stuff that I add on to the night, the more time that I take to film a little bit after a workout or whatever it may be, the less time I have to spend in the evening here getting, some other stuff done in my life around the apartment, wedding planning, spending time with Michaela, my fiance. So I'm trying to prioritize this as much as its bucket will allow and keep myself focused on other things that may be major priorities while still dialing you guys into my workouts. And so I think it's going well so far. Some weeks are more than others, but as I, continue to get more comfortable, I think I'll be able to film more. And yeah, that's all I can really say right now. So I really hope people are enjoying these. I have really been enjoying making them. I hate watching them back. I hate listening to myself talk and do these like outros and little quips in between videos or workouts. But it's been fun. It's been good. So, as I think I said in the first vlog, I'm super open to like any and all constructive criticism. So, if you guys want to leave comments and say, hey, like, fill us in more on what making your pre-workout drink looks like when you drink that, like just a random example off the top of my head, like little things that more so like in between training, or if you're like double down on the training, those things are cool to watch. I'd love to hear feedback. I'm going to keep doing my thing. I'm going to keep doing what I like, but ultimately I am publishing these videos, so I do want to hear what you guys think. So if you feel strong enough one way or the other, drop a comment below.
So if you feel strong enough one way or the other, leave a comment below and I will look forward to reading those. Outside of that, guys, it was a great week. Getting out on that bike ride that I just talked about was so big for me. It built up a lot of confidence, and like I said, I truly felt like I hit that threshold of like there's no going back. You're gonna cross the finish line. You're gonna complete this race. And my run this week, my long run, as I'm gonna show after the outro of this video, change things up a little bit, where I ran 7 miles. I have not done that before. And the longest distance that I have run, 5.5, was doing, as I've spoken before about on the vlog, the 10-minute run, 1-minute walk intervals. So I think when I looked at my Garmin, the longest consecutive run that I've done is like around 4 miles, a little bit more. So to go out and do 7, because I took my stretching seriously, I took my nutrition seriously, and ran 3 miles more straight than I ever have. Again, like it's just showing me like you're going to be able to accomplish this, which I'm proud of coming this far. However, I know that the resilience and the ups and downs that came with getting to this point are far from over, and I still have 90 days left. So with that being said, I'm going to close out this video and continue to get back to work. But again, thank you guys so much for watching this. Like, seriously, I was talking to one of my friends earlier this week, and just like, I'll get a random text during the week from somebody that's like watching my vlog on their TV in their den. And like, a lot of you guys watching are my friends, and I like so greatly appreciate the support. And I know this isn't some like crazy, huge, big thing. I'm not viral by any means, but like to see people in my life supporting me in something that I'm passionate about just by watching the videos and like telling me like, hey, good job, it means so much. And it's what's kept me still doing this like 5 weeks in. If I'm being honest, I didn't think that I was going to be able to get 5 weeks of vlogs straight. I thought it was going to be pretty like on and off, and I was going to have to keep chipping away. And that being said, this is a pretty short video, but it's out there. So that being said, to wrap up the video, thank you again. And I'll show you guys a little bit from my long run that I took yesterday. So see you guys in the next vlog.